lovely dance friends. Rob and Diana here to talk about footwear for the dance floor. First, I'm going to talk about the don'ts, the shoes that you do not want to have on the dance floor. I have a bunch of don'ts over here and a couple maybes. All right, you definitely don't want a flip-flop. We're going into summer here, and I know I will see one or two new people come in with flip-flops saying, I can handle this can't be that hard. But with line dancing, you don't know who's going to be next to you with a pair of boots, and you do not want to get stepped on by someone in a pair of cowboy boots. Okay, so not a good idea. The same thing with strappy shoes. You might have a more attractive pair of high heels that you would like to wear. They do look cool, but they're harder to dance in, trust me. And you could get stepped on. All right, so winter time, I often see people with these types of boots. These are super comfy. Yes, I know, I love these. I wear them to and from dance, but not on the dance floor because they have a rubber sole. You don't want anything with a rubber sole on the dance floor because it inhibits your ability to move and pivot. So, and you can't really stomp great in these either. So these are hiking shoes. Lots of tread on these. Running shoes I would stay away from because they have a lot of tread as well. Here's a pair of flats. These have a rubber sole as well, so they wouldn't be good. I could see someone with a pair of flats or loafers that are comfortable that might have a smooth sole, and they might be okay for a simple dance class, nothing too crazy, beginner level stuff. Sometimes I wear Bob's sneakers. These are a pair of Bob's, and these work okay for summertime when I'm doing a beginner level class with nothing too crazy. They have some support. Now, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, if you're just starting out with line dancing, you can always buy these dance sock things on Amazon. They have tons of them. You can get them in all different colors. And what you do is put them over the ball of the foot of your sneakers. Just like that. And this helps you pivot on the dance floor. So you could wear your street shoes into class and just throw on your dance socks, and you can wash them too. Okay, so let's talk about our better choices for footwear for line dancing. So obviously for country line dancing, you want a pair of cowboy boots. They aren't that cheap. A decent pair you can get for maybe 200, in the low 200s. You don't have to pay a lot more than that. Some of the lower ones, the booties like I have on, you can sometimes get for like $99. Look for sales and deals. I would go to a Boot Barn or another local Western store and try on different brands to see what you're comfortable with. Have somebody help you in the store, but they should fit you very snug. Should be a little trouble getting them on, a little struggle, okay? They should be very snug around your ankle area. You don't want your foot to move inside that boot. You want to move as one with the boot, all right? Okay, so a lot of times I wear different types of socks inside my boots. Some boots loosen up over time and I'll wear a thicker sock, or I have to wear a thinner sock with a boot that's a little too tight. So I'm very picky about that. Also, we do a lot of stomping in line dance, and at one point my heels were bothering me a lot, so I went to CVS and I got some of these like gel heel inserts and put them in the boot. You can get the full foot insert. Sometimes those help if your boots are really stretched out because you can tighten them up by putting that in there. Okay, so that's another suggestion. My biggest suggestion with the cowboy boots is to never get a heel that's higher than 2 inches. That's for me, because anything over 2 inches in height is going to be harder to dance in. Yes, they might look cute to have a 4-inch heel on a cowboy boot, and you might do okay with beginner level dancing, but once you get into doing heel jacks and vaudeville steps and fast turns and stomping, you don't want a super high heel, trust me. I don't care how cute the boot is, if you're struggling to dance on the dance floor because the heel is too high, it's just not worth it. All right. Cowboy boots have a leather or smooth sole, which makes them great on the dance floor. So make sure whatever you get has the smooth leather sole. You can go to maybe Marshall's or another store and get a pair of boots that look like cowboy boots, but they might really be for outside and have that rubber outside sole. So you do not want that. So it is important to get a decent pair of boots. All right. I know that investment in a pair of cowboy boots might be a little pricey. You can get them from, under $100 to hundreds of dollars, especially if you ever go into those Nashville stores. Take it from me. If you go to Nashville, all the stores are small, but they go up several levels. Go up to the top floors first and look for the sale boots. You'll find a better deal there. So, last but not least, dance sneakers. Okay, so here's my Capezios. These are great. They have a hard sole, and you can even hear it when you stomp with the Capezios. These offer a lot of support, but they have the split sole. I don't know if I love the split sole so much anymore, but these are pretty comfortable. But my new favorite are Fuegos. Okay, these are Fuegos, and I think the only place you can get them is online, at least around here in upstate New York. It's Fuego, so you can do a web search. They have all kinds of sneakers of this style and also high tops, and they do have the split sole, but I feel like these have more support than the split sole. These are super cute with shorts or capris in the summer. So I sometimes teach 5 or 6 times a week. And I am out on the floor with my dancers almost the whole time. I usually don't take a break because I love to dance with my students. That's why I do it. And it's just not practical for me to wear cowboy boots every time I dance. So I need a break sometimes. So I switched to my sneakers. And actually, a ton of my dancers have been getting these Fuegos, and they really like them. They are not cheap, but they're definitely worth it. So if you're new and don't want to make a big investment, try a low tread sneaker and maybe get the dance socks and see how you like it. Or maybe invest in a lower priced cowboy boot or just a bootie. They're a little less expensive. So also I have my boot jack here. I got this out at Cowtown Boots out in Tucson, Arizona. I love that store. It's kind of off the beaten path, huge boot store. I've had this for years now, and I keep it by the back door. So when I come in and my feet might be a little swollen from dancing, I just step on this. I usually have to hold on to something and put the heel of my boot in the boot jack, and it pulls the boot right off. These are just my little booties, so they come off a little easier. I don't even have my big thick socks on. All right, but you can get these in the local Western stores around here as well. All right, that's about it for now. If you have any questions or recommendations or footwear tips of your own, please post below. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you on a dance floor soon.